Hey, I'm Ernesto. I'm an electronic music producer with a bunch of releases on labels you might know. In this video, I'm gonna talk about drum tuning. Does it matter, why you should do it, and how to do it effectively. There's two types of people that tell you to not tune your drums. Seasoned producers that are effectively choosing tuned drums through sample selection, and people that don't know what they're doing. So the answer is yes, you should definitely tune your drums, and I am going to explain why. But before we get into it, if your DAW has ever crashed on you, make sure to hit that like button. Every percussive sound has a tonal element. This is because every frequency on the spectrum represents a note. I know what you're thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? So let me slow it down and rewind for a second. This is a frequency chart. This chart tells you which frequency represents each note. As you can see, each note doubles across the spectrum indefinitely. So for example, C1 is 65.41 Hz, C2 is 130.81 Hz, and so on. That is why you should tune your drums to the key of your track. Having everything fit together will improve your overall mix and make your groove better. And I understand you might not want to nerd out and start tuning your hats, rims, etc. But definitely start by tuning your kick, because in modern tech house and techno, it's such a huge element. Having your kick out of tune could be disastrous for your mix and overall track. Take for example this snare.
Subscribe.
No, not that one. This one. As you can see, this snare has a clear tone at 375 Hz. And if we go back to our frequency chart, we can see that 375 Hz equals F sharp. Now my track is in F minor, so F sharp is out of tune. We need to tune this snare to F in order to not only have it in tune, but perfectly on the root note. So how do we go about this? Tuning percussive elements is sometimes complicated because your regular tuner in your Ableton or Logic DAW is gonna have a hard time with it. That is why we have to rely on our eyes and use the spectrum analyzer. In this case, we're using the Span Spectrum Analyzer given to me by my friend Lenny Kaiser, and I have now married it. The easiest way to tune down this snare from F sharp to F will be to head into the simpler and use the transpose dial to move it down one semitone. In the case that you're using a sample, you go into the sample and do the same thing. Although I would recommend that you change the warping to Complex Pro and reduce the formants to 0. This will give you a higher chance of keeping a decent sound. When transposing, sometimes you'll find that the essence of your sound changes completely. This is because, without getting too technical, a small change in the low frequencies will in turn be a huge change in the higher frequencies. Instead, when you use the frequency shifter, all you're doing is shifting the same frequencies up by, let's say, 10-15 Hz. Which in the small frequencies is a big change and will get your snare in tune, but in the higher frequencies it is basically no change at all. So that was my full breakdown on drum tuning. Let me know in the comments down below if you tune your drums or if you're simply a savage. If you learned something in this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Go check out my other tutorials. I got a ton of them, all of them, no nonsense and to the point. As always, you can follow me here, and you can listen to my music here. If you stuck around till the end, you're truly awesome. Go check out our teas at shopbrokenenglish.com and join me every Wednesday at 8 p.m. for the Wednesday Roast, where I check your tracks live on my YouTube and Twitch. Thank you to my top tier patrons for sponsoring this video: Dan Mueller, Juan Villalobos, and Queen Bee, along with all my Twitch subscribers. Take care.
Roncamos porque podemos.